Hello, I'm Ernie, and this is Craven the Hunter, apparently.
This is Chris, but I am Craven, this Batmobile Build-A-Figure. Wow.
We're here to review these McFarlane toys. Batmobile build a Batmobile wave of action figures. This wave, as you can see, contains Batgirl, Nightwing, and the Batman who laughs.
Haha.
So without further ado, let's get into these toys. So here we have the McFarlane Toys Batman Who Laughs figure. You can see the articulation is pretty good here. It's got separate joints for each half of the leg here. It's not just a pivot.
They got toes.
They got toe joints here, which is nice. Looking at it in the package, I was kind of worried that the articulation would feel a little soupy almost, or just, just kind of rubbery. But what they have is a series of joints that sort of click into place, which is actually very nice because I can tell having this in a collection, it's going to hold the position on the shelf very well. You're not going to have to worry necessarily about it falling down.
Look at the way we pose these guys.
Yeah, they just kind of
great.
stay like that. You've also got the piece of the Batmobile here and the trading card, as well as his two sort of blades. One is like a big, oversized knife, and the other is like a miniature scythe. I don't know if these are practical in an actual action combat situation, but, what are you going to do?
Good for murdering. That's kind of what he does.
I guess, yeah. They'd be okay for murder. It's nice. I like the detail on it. The silver accents on his outfit here are really nice, and the neck articulation is good too.
I like his shoe buckles.
Oh, the face sculpt also is really nice because they have his lipstick sort of bleeding as though he didn't apply it very well. I know it looks like it could be unintentional, but I'm fairly certain they did that on purpose because he doesn't care. He's half Joker, half Batman, and he's gonna kill you. Mark my words. On a scale of 1 to 10, I don't know. I would give this figure at least a 7. There's definitely a couple of minor things that I would change, but they're mostly cosmetic, I think, as an action figure. Let's say 8 then, actually. I really like it.
Over here we've got Batgirl. The articulation, as Ernie said, is like fantastic. It's very rigid. Like everything just stays the way you want it. She can, well, not quite that. But even the accessories, I saw that all these little guys come, all the Bat family come with separate batarangs. They're all different. Batgirl's got a little golden one here, very fancy. I always feel like McFarlane Toys does a really good job of conveying like action in the figures. Like even here with the cape, it's like splayed out. It's got that moving wind effect. Look at her face sculpt. She's got that little sassy, real sassy.
She's got a smirk.
It's a smirk. It is a smirk. I like that the way the little bat ears come out of her hair. Mm-hmm. It's just a good character design is the thing. I really like the character design, and the figure captures all of it. I mean, look, her bat symbol on the front is actually a backpack. It's actually attached here. Her boots have a little. Oops, we'll get that. Her boots have little ridges all around them, and they got these little tails in the back, just like the gauntlets. It's a nice set of detail on this thing. Of course, it comes with the right half of the Batmobile. I want to see this thing put together real bad. On the whole for this thing, I'd probably say it's like at least an 8 out of 10. I really like this cape and the action of it. The only thing I think this figure is almost perfect because I like the Batgirl design, but I only almost wish that the cape was a little bit less actiony because it kind of limits the. I mean, if you're gonna do a less bombastic pose, it's still kind of all over the place. Like it's just a really windy day, Marilyn Monroe,
all the time. So here we have the Nightwing from the Build a Batmobile wave. All three of them come with a stand. This one is no exception. And he does have his 2 Eskimo sticks, which fit into little slots
smooth right there
on his back. Yeah, you like that? That was good. They fit in slots on his back, and actually the articulation on the figure is so good that you can have the character reach around and get the sticks from his own backpack, which is really nice. The paint job is good on it. The hair has like a slight blue tint.
It's a little too shiny, I think.
It's a little shiny, but it has a little bit of blue in there, which is kind of like comic accurate because they tend to use a little bit of blue when they're doing the coloring on dark-haired characters. The only problem with this figure is the hip section here looks a little bit like a diaper, slightly.
But the thing is, he's really known for this part of his body.
Butt.
Yeah. So they had to make some compromises to
I can forgive it because clearly they needed a large enough space to house the joint that could have this amount of articulation, this amount of movability. And when you have to have that amount of movability, you got to have that joint housed somewhere in the actual figure. So it does look a little bit bigger, but it's not bad. I would say, what do you think? This figure would be like a 6 or a 7?
Definitely like a 7.
Yeah.
There's not much wrong with it.
And he comes with the middle section of the Batmobile, which kind of looks like a cat face more than a bat face to me.
Reminds me of a xenomorph.
Ooh. And what you can do is, now that we have all 3 pieces of the Batmobile,
careful with this one. Careful.
We can join them.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of energy.
Really, it's difficult to snap these in. So
it's very firm. All right, it's rigid.
So once it's held, you can hear that click. Once it's held, this thing is really gonna stay together for you on your shelf. It's got rubber tires. I think it's pretty cool.
That's really cool, Batmobile. Actually, I like it. Got that little bit of a heat effect.
I do still think it looks like a cat.
It is very cat-like. Look, it's got little ears on it.
It's a Catmobile.
These are good figures, though, and I think for the build a Batmobile set, like you can't really go wrong. These figures are all fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good wave.
If I were a completionist and I was like, I need all the pieces for the Batmobile, like you're not going to complain about having any one of these. They're all so detailed. They're all great. 6 or 7. It's cool. I like the paint looks all scratched. It looks like it's been used.
It's got nice detail. It looks like a good Batmobile. I'm just not a big fan of plastic cars.
Yeah.
I would much rather have an accessory that you put together and build that goes with the figures that is
Especially
in the same
scale
scale as the figures.
Exactly.
I like the idea. People do like Batmobiles, but for me, this is not going to make me want to buy all 3 of the figures. The figures themselves will do that, but this is just kind of an extra thing for me.
But it is nice that it's just 3 figures.
Only
often
3
when you
is
see
good.
Like Marvel Legends do this, it's like
right. You get
5-6 figures.
Right.
You get a leg here, an arm there.
Yeah.
This isn't too bad.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. These were the
woo! Look at that. Smooth.
These were the Batmobile These were the Build a Batmobile figures.
That's not a mouthful. Anyway, let's grapple on to the next figures.